All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell, and I just like to say, hey, how y'all doing? All right. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit more about moving forward, and even with the stuff, we need to. Criticism is okay, but I mean, the Biden-Harris administration has only been in there for a little bit over 100 days. And they're at least they're talking about stuff that we need for our community. So because they're at least talking about stuff we need for the community, give them a chance. You got to give them a chance. And the other thing is, people were mad crazy, and I know this about Trump. Everybody was like, oh, you don't give him a chance, and da 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 da. Well, the thing is that I had already researched a lot of the stuff that he was going to do, and when he named Bannon as his as his chief of staff, like right off the bat, I knew that it was a white supremacist, white supremacist, white nationalist type movement, and so I didn't want to give him a chance because there's nothing in white nationalism or white supremacy that benefits black people. So that's why I didn't want to give him a chance, and everybody was mad at me. Oh, give him a chance, give him a chance. And now a lot of those people who said give him a chance, they don't even they don't even approach me now. They don't talk to me or whatever, which is cool, because I'm a recluse anyway. So I like being alone, even though I come on the internet or whatever. But as far as all that is concerned, I don't have to have people that like me. Because I like me. In fact, I love me, so it's all good. Anyway, and you should love yourself. Let me interject that here. Know thyself, and then to thine own self be true. That's the basis of spirituality. Know thyself. Know who you are. Know what you are. Know what you stand for and why you stand for it. And even the whole thing. And the other thing is, I don't really get mad at people who change up or who make different decisions or decide to go in different directions. And I remember Muhammad Ali, before he died, there was a meme going around. It says, if you're the same person at 50 that you were at 18, then, you've wasted your life. And there are things that should affect you and change you and make you respond differently. This is like, I know, like having children, it changed a lot of my perspectives on stuff. A lot of stuff that I wouldn't do, and I became a more disciplined person because of my children. So everything, change is good. A lot of times change is good. But anyway, so I want to talk about the thing about Biden and Harris is the fact that the things that they're doing right now is like they're mopping up the stuff that Trump destroyed. And so I get with that. I can understand that, and I can feel that. And I know that that's a good thing because the thing about immigration, the border, all of the people that were locked, the children that were locked in cages, literally locked in cages, they're trying to find their parents and all that kind of stuff, which in my opinion is a good thing. The United States should be seen as comfort or somebody's peace. And that's what I even attribute stuff like that to my wife. My wife is my peace. She's not, standing there trying to dog me out at all times. She makes it so that I can be relaxed. And the United States should be like a wife to the rest of the world because people look up to us. A lot of people around the world, they used to look up to us. And then now, after that 4 years of bad leadership, we have to reestablish our place in the world. And I guess the Trumpians are threatening to form, at this point, are threatening to form their own political party or whatever, which is cool with me. Form your own political party. It's America, but I'm not going to vote for you. And the other thing is, y'all need to be aware of all these voter suppression laws. They just passed one here in Arizona. So Arizona, Georgia, I think Texas has one. But anyway, what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep people from going to the polls. So we gotta form something in the opposite so that this whole thing won't, backfire on us. So register everybody you can to vote, and because there's safety in numbers. The next thing I want to talk about is investing. And I wish Elon Musk would keep his mouth shut, because the cryptocurrencies, and I think that, and all of the cryptocurrencies, they're making people money. So if something is making money for other people, then why bother it? And the thing about it is, the dollar, the United States dollar has been at, there's just been a horrible thing with the dollar, and it's going down in value. Why? Because they're just printing money, and it's not backed by anything. And so, what's the difference between that and and I keep asking people this: what's the difference between that and, say, Bitcoin or Dogecoin or those are the two big ones. But what's the difference? And so I've been on what did I go on? Coinbase. And on Coinbase, they're literally, 50 of these different coins that you can invest in, and you can get rich. So why not do it? And I'm talking to black folks. It's like, okay, even if you just y'all spend all this money on the lottery, y'all never hit the lottery, and I used to, but you invest your money, take that lottery money and invest it in the stock market, invest it in cryptocurrency, invest it in whatever, but stop investing in gambling. Unless you got a system and you're winning, there's no reason, no earthly reason for you to keep putting that money in the lottery every day. And if you think about it, say you play $5 a day, but if you put that $5 a day in the stock market, and invest in the correct things, and then all you have to do in order to be a good investor, which is what I taught my sons. Well, I taught one of my sons. The other one is not with me, so I haven't been able to teach him. But what I will teach him when he's with me is like, look, son, invest in the stock market. Learn how to do it, because everybody that does, it has come off with big generational wealth and fortunes. All right, so that's how you really get paid. To sit up there and wait on something to come in, because and retirement, 401ks, they're good, this, that, and the other thing, but they're not going to make you millionaires or billionaires. And a lot of these young kids are becoming billionaires, inventing these cryptos, cryptocurrencies, getting what do you call it? Initial public offerings to businesses, where they offer their businesses on the stock market, especially the NASDAQ. A lot of these younger entrepreneurs, what are they doing? They're going and they're putting their companies on the NASDAQ, or getting enough, or they're getting oh God, I'm trying to think of I can't think of the name, but sharing, crowd sharing, and those type of things, where they go on sites and everybody invests in everybody. And because that's the true definition of corporate. And see, so what they did was they took, and I told somebody this one time, I said they took corporations out of government and made them private. Because if you have a corporation in government, that's socialism or communism. Think about it. But then they turned that and they said, okay, we can use, because look, the systems, let me sit up, the systems are the same. It's like everybody can get everything equally just by investing. So the systems are the same. But you have to be aware. And then you have to also know that by people investing in you, or you investing in other people, that's what gets you paid. And I keep saying, and if somebody comes up with something that's very unique and it helps further society or our civilization, then we're going to invest in that. So people say, well, why is Bill Gates so rich? Even though at first I liked him, I'll be honest, when he came out with the computer operating systems and all of that, that was fine. But the whole world needed that. That's how come he got so rich. Okay. But now with all this, population control and all that kind of stuff, now he seems like a mad scientist to me. So I'm very leery of him. But when you look at all the other entrepreneurs that are out there, Elon Musk, and I said I wish he would keep his mouth shut, because every time he says something about cryptocurrency, it either excites the market or it stuns the market and stops the market. So people like that, that's a true influencer. I know y'all be on on Instagram talking about who are influencers and all of this kind of stuff. But the bottom line is, the real influencers are the people that influence the money. And cryptocurrency is money. So don't get the thing, twisted. And so now, and I've been trying to read up on the whole thing about why they were against it, talking about it was against the ecosystem, or against it wasn't a green thing. And so I'm trying to figure out, how is it taken away from the earth? I'm still trying to figure that one out. And I read a couple articles, but I'm that's something that I just can't, I don't see it, and I don't understand it yet. But eventually, if I do some more reading and stuff like that and digging, then maybe I'll find out what their objection is. But at this point, I don't know. But at this point, I know that investing in it and the stocks go up is a good deal. If I invest in something and stocks go up, I'm good. So I'm all right with that. And then the other thing is, I'll tell y'all, my investment strategy is this. I invest in green energy, which is solar power and wind power, because that's where we're going. Just like, look at, for example, like I was talking about Puerto Rico. When Puerto Rico had those really bad storms and earthquakes and all of that, and hurricanes and whatever, well, their whole grid was knocked out. But just think, and the way they got the grid up and rolling was through solar energy. Because look, and this is one thing I tell my older son, look, if the sun don't come out, then we're all doomed. Because the sun, obviously y'all know that my spirituality, the sun is Ra. And all of the unseen, unknown things are settled by the sun. Plants go in the ground, they go into darkness, and the light comes and it illuminates them, right? So the same thing is true for energy, and there's energy in the sun, because that's the biggest power, and everything else that's in the earth was created by the sun. The coal, the oil, whatever, the natural gas, it was all created by the sun. So now we're moving into a different arena, and I understand the reason why the oil companies, it's like they shut that pipeline down. The reason why the oil companies are doing all this is because they're afraid that they're going to become obsolete. That's what's wrong. And so that whole thing with the pipeline, in my opinion, and I know everybody talks about, conspiracy theories or whatever, but in my opinion, that is a conspiracy by the oil companies to just, make a lot of money before all the solar stuff gets going. That's my whole take on that, because we're not short of oil. We still have, billions of gallons of oil in the strategic oil reserves. And if you recall, when Obama was president and the gas prices were high, he opened up those oil reserves so that the prices would go down, so that they would be affordable. And the other thing that they tried to do it right at the beginning, the same thing, because look, Biden is running the same deal. He's like, look, let's invade. Like he approved that wind power plant off of the coast, off of the East Coast. And so now we got these big turbines turning, and they're supplying power to the Northeast. So you guys got to stay abreast of what's going on. Keep yourself informed. Knowledge is power, but knowledge is not power if you don't use the knowledge. Using the knowledge is wisdom. All right. So take that knowledge, get that knowledge, and then turn it into wisdom. And if something you don't understand, ask. The only stupid question that is the one that you didn't ask. All right. Anyway, that's it. Fast 15 minutes is up. My name is Judson Powell. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, hit button for me. And oh yeah, and I got a big surprise coming for y'all. Anyway, love you.